Who are you, Blues fan? We're bleeding blue with you. Let's go, Blues! Let's go, Blues! Let's go, Blues!
Oh my goodness, I'm messing up again. Isn't that just like me? And aloha! Welcome to the BlueNote Fan Report. I'm Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, and I'm in the lounge tonight. At least I hope I am. I wanted to get on the lounge and just give you guys a chance to talk some hockey tonight, right? I'm in here. I post my stuff in here a lot, and I think some people may not know who I am. So I thought, why not give you a chance to get to know me, who I am, and no one's hearing me. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Okay, that didn't work. It only helps if you actually turn your sound on. Dum Dum, give me gum gum. Yeah, that's right. I'm the Dum Dum who needs to give you guys some gum gum because I can't figure it out. And my mouse doesn't want to work. Hey, let's talk some hockey tonight. Don't make me the only one in here. I'm sure you guys are out there in that lounge. You guys love the lounge. You guys are always on the lounge. Let's see what you got to say tonight. I really want to hear what you guys got to say tonight. I got a lot of stuff going on, and there's 41,000 of you guys, 41,400 of you guys. Man, you guys are missing out on some great contests. You're missing out on some great commentary, some great stories. There's a lot going on with the St. Louis Fan Report and the BlueNote Fan Report. So I thought I'd give you guys a chance to get in and see if this is something you might be interested in. Not 100% sure if it's working yet or not. If you are in the lounge, let me know. And if you're watching it in the lounge, let me know. I'm trying to make it work in the lounge. I don't know if it came up in the lounge. I hope it did. You got this song, I think you. Well, I got Brad Pond on. I know he's on my regular. I'm trying to see if this is going to play in the St. Louis Blues Lounge. That's kind of what I'm looking for today, and I was hoping that I could get it in the lounge, St. Louis Blues Lounge. I mean, it looks like it's playing in there, but I'm not 100% sure, to be honest with you. I hope it is. If you're in the lounge, let me know, let me know. See who's watching. See what we can get. See if we can get some more people on there. This is on my page, and I'm hoping it's in the lounge. I can't be 100% certain that it is. Let's see. Well, Blues Lounge. It looks like it should be in there. Yeah, I think I got it in there. So maybe I'm lucky. Maybe I'm not. Hey, I'm just here to talk hockey. Right. And right now it's just me and Brad Pond, and we're going to talk some hockey. Brad is in my pick'em contest, and I know a lot of you guys would have a lot of fun with the pick'em contest if you guys knew about it and knew what it was. Man, I'm giving away some great prizes, man. I'm giving away the top prize is a Justin Falk nameplate, signed nameplate. Got it, Blues for Kids auction. Really interesting thing. I think you guys would really appreciate it. Believe it or not, there's still chances to win it. With the way the Blues are playing, most people pick the Blues. There's still a lot of points out there. You could still jump up, even if you got in now. And then here, let's just say this. Let's just say that you don't get in. Hey, Ashley, I'm trying to get this in the lounge, but I'm not sure it is. Can you share this from my page to the St. Louis Blues Lounge? I'm not sure if it's in the lounge. I really would like to get some information. I really want the lounge to get to know me a little bit better. Ashley's actually seen that nameplate, and it's really cool. So if you can do that for me, Ashley, to share this in the Blues Lounge, and let's see if I can get some Blues Lounge people watching me. I don't know if you're watching me from the Blues Lounge, but that's just kind of what I'm doing tonight. I thought I'd come in and try and get some loungers to see if they wanted to talk about some hockey. There's always people on the lounge, and this just seemed like a good thing. just to have some fun with you guys and talk about the St. Louis Fan Report, talk about the Blues, talk about some other stuff. You know, this is your time too. This is your time to talk to me and hear what I got to say. Now, who am I? Who am I? Yeah, Brad, I got your score 5-2, if I think right. And you went with Blaze, if I remember correctly. I'd have to double check. I usually enter yours the day of. Early game tomorrow, so guys got to get their picks in. That's the one thing. You know, that game's at 2 in the afternoon your time. It's 9 a.m. my time, man. 9 a.m. So you got to get them. You got to get your picks in and make sure that we're having fun. Where are we at? Oh, Kairu. 5-3 Kairu. That's it. So I was on there. Oh, I got 7 people now. So, hey, if you're watching from the lounge, please say hi. This is for you today. I'm in the lounge. I wanted the lounge to get to know who I was. I'm Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, and I'm here to talk Blues hockey, talk about the St. Louis Fan Report. Did you get the sauna? See, oh no. Ashley said she might be late to the pregame. Chris Shockley, oh, not good. Blues hate early games. Well, you know, I just, at this point, there's no period of time that the Blues are going to play good. You know, they just haven't figured it out. There's a lot going on. I've been thinking about this all day, actually. I've really been into this all day today. And one of the things that I've come up with, oh, yeah, we got the sign. Ashley got the sign for me. Really good one. And you know, I can't wait to see who wins it. You know, I might show, I put up the leaderboard yesterday, at the current leaderboard, and I opened up the picks. Well, you know, Ashley, I got a theory here, and it might be off base. I don't know. But one of the things that I'm thinking of, and I was thinking back to November, December of 18, and not even just that, going back into March and April of 19, right? When the Blues were right there in a playoff spot and Yo lost the locker room, right? And he lost it then. There was all this commotion between Hutton and Allen, who should start, this and that. The last home game, they had it. It was tied with like a minute to left against the hated Blackhawks. And what happens? They go and lose that game. There was this coaching waiting feeling with Yo and Hitchcock, and it felt like the team was confused. Well, when you hired Montgomery, and I put some tweets out about this, and I talked about how with Savard, someone said, well, you know, it shouldn't be any different than it is with Savard. Oh, it looks like I might have somebody join me. Got to send them a link here really quick. Invite. Oh, yeah. You know, let's, again, so I'll get back to where I was. I was thinking about this. When Savard left, you brought in Montgomery. And the thing with difference with Montgomery is Montgomery's a former head coach, right? Savard was never a head coach. He was just an assistant coach. Well, now you've got Savard, Hitchcock, this former head coach, or not Hitchcock, God, see, Montgomery, this former head coach, and you got your head coach. I think there's some, I think there's some confusion in there. I think some people may have felt like coaching waiting was coming in or something, you know, that maybe there was something going on. I got to send the link. Oh, the story so far, Vince. Hey, Vince, I got to ask you a question. Do I know who you are? I'm kind of wondering if you're somebody that's in 22 until none. I'm not completely sure. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm looking for something here real quick. There's Rob. Let's bring in Brock. There we go. And you know, I just wanted to give everybody a chance today to hear me, talk to me and learn about the pick'em contest. You know, this lounge, there's 41,000 people in the lounge. 41,000, man. How many of you guys would love to get a to win prizes, man, Blues prizes? You know, I'm hitting the wrong buttons here. I'm doing really good at that today. Now I'm hearing myself in my ears. So one of the things that I'd like to give the lounge a chance to do is just talk, right? Okay, lounge, this is your chance. If you're watching me in the lounge, come on and talk. Let us hear what you got. Maybe I sent the wrong link. Richard Campbell, I lacked Montgomery. He was good in Dallas. Yeah, he was, but then something went crazy. And Rob says, sorry, can you send it to Twitter? And said, okay, no problem. I'm not ready to go to True. That's for St. Louis. Oh, okay. I got different messages coming up here, and I'm trying to figure them all out. And sometimes it's not the easiest. I got to get something to Mr. Brock the Banner. Let's see if I can find him here real quick. There we go. There we go. Okay. So you know what? You do what you can what you do, and you have fun doing it. That's what the most important thing is. I really do hope that some of you guys on the lounge are able to see me. I'm really, I mean, that's what I want more than anything else, is for guys in the lounge to get a chance to talk to me, to meet me. Someone posted in the lounge, just come to see if admins turned off commenting for the whole group at this point. It was pretty good. I go, there's my thing in the lounge. There's the one Ashley shared. Okay, but I don't see anything else. You know what, guys? Get on and watch, you know. Like it, watch it. Let's talk some hockey tonight. That's what it's all about. I don't know why it didn't come in the lounge like it's supposed to, but hey, I'm trying. Yeah, you know, I think it's because I don't have I think the thing is that I'm not an admin, so it's not letting me go straight live like that. But hey, I'm trying. You can again, lounge. Let's see what you got, and let's bring in Brock. Hey, Brock, how you doing?
Doing great, man. What's going on, guy?
Oh man, I'm just, you know, I wanted to try and get this to go straight to the lounge, but it didn't work the way I wanted it to. Ashley shared it for me. Even though she's tired, she still shared it for me. I just wanted to give the lounge a chance to talk some hockey, and even if they ignore us, maybe they'll watch it later, but talk some hockey, and tell them about the pick'em contest and, you know, all the things we got going on at the Fan Report, right?
Yeah.
You and me had a really interesting conversation today.
Yep.
Trying to get this mic so it picks my voice up without being right in my face, you know. That's the one thing. So, but actually, I mean, I like this mic. I spent some money for it, but
looks good. Looks good.
I sound good. You know, what's really good about it is now that I don't have this thing hanging on me or the wires or that, now I can really play with my buttons.
Oh, yeah, you got some freedom. Yeah,
Say again?
You have some freedom to move around and do stuff.
Yeah, I got some freedom now, and I can move the mic in and out a little bit and get my camera. So yeah, it was a good way to start. So
you've been doing,
so you and me had a good conversation. Go ahead.
I was saying, how you been doing? It's been a rough week for the Blues.
Oh yeah, it has. You know, not just has it been a rough week for the Blues, it's been a rough week all the way around. You know, I've had some personal issues and things like that. We don't need to get into that. But one of the things that I've been thinking about a lot. That's ridiculous. Okay, Bob Morton, my buddy Bob, says that's ridiculous. Well, you're entitled to your opinion. My opinion that there's enough blame to go around from the coaches to the players. Some people only focus on Berube, just my opinion. Actually, I'm not focusing as much on Berube, to be honest with you. I do see, I think that there is a, oh man, what's the way to say? So remember back in 16, 17, when Hitchcock said, I'm going to do one more year, and they brought Yao in as a coach in waiting, the assistant coach.
Yep.
And that season kind of started off okay, and then we got into January, and it just fell off the rails, right? And then in February,
COVID.
In February, you know, Hitchcock gets fired, and Yao comes in, right?
Yeah.
Imagine McKinnon, Newhook, Rantanen line. I'm not worried about the. I got my Colorado Avs hater in here. He's so funny.
Well, you know
there
what?
was
and let's just shut them up right now. They're a good team. Give them credit. If they don't win a Stanley Cup, it's shame on them. The pressure's on them. You know what?
The only thing going to stop them
with all the pressure on you. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, really, the only thing I think is going to stop them from winning a cup is them, and the Knights.
Yeah,
right.
Well, we're champions, so we know what it feels like.
Yeah,
they're champions, man. So I'm just telling you, I've seen a lot of chatter online and a lot of chirping, but until you're a champion, you're not the champion, and we learned that many times in our history.
Oh, yeah. 52 years of waiting. And, this team, they already got 2 championships, if I remember right. Yeah. Right? I think the Avs got 2 already. So, that's
not this year. For them to be chirping, they don't have this one.
Actually, see, that first one they got, I didn't think that was the Avalanche's championship because that got that the year after they moved from Quebec.
Yeah.
Right? And that felt like you just stuck an East team that played a different brand of hockey in with the West, and the West wasn't ready for it. And to me, that was Quebec's championship, right? Even though I know they were in Colorado, it just because it happened the year of the move, right after the move, it didn't feel comfortable. It just, I always said, hey, who was the last Western team to win? And it was. So,
there you go.
Yeah, I might have some problems. I'm getting a little stick better than it.
I got you cut off a little bit there, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, my.
Hey, guys, you keep kind of fading in and out on my end here a little bit. And you're frozen. You want to jump out?
Just stand by. You may just talk for a second and let it kind of fix. It'll probably. Usually that's.
All right, cool. Just keep talking, man.
I have a router in this room. I have a wire. So I have the router kit where you've got the one main one, and then 2 on the side. Mm-hmm. Well, 1 on the side is here. So
okay, you're back there. You're normal. You're back normal.
Okay.
But, you're talking about the Nordiques that year, and I'm just going to tell you, I'm going to promo something that you and I are working on. That was the year. That was 25 years ago, and the reason why I know because that was the year they beat the Detroit Red Wings to go to the Stanley Cup. And that was the year that we all remember. I won't say any more than that because I don't want to tease it more than that. But 25 years.
The Stevie Y, right? I mean, no, everybody knows when you talk 25 years ago, you talk you talk Blues, Red Wings. That there's only, it's like the New York Yankees and what was that one for a while? Bucky F and Dent.
Yeah,
right.
Bucky Dad. Yeah,
yeah, right. So for us, it's Stevie F and Y. It's the same thing. Yeah. So that I know you're going to work on a story on that for hockey writers. I actually want you to kind of.
We're talking about the Nordiques, though. That the Nordiques actually came out of that whole situation, and it's interesting. So, but
no, it really. It was an interesting situation, that whole move. See, I still think Quebec needs a team. I think the Nordiques need to go back to, they need a team. I don't know. See, that's the one thing. I don't think Canada has enough teams. I really don't. I know they have a lot of the minor league teams, the juniors and stuff like that. But with salaries being what they are, I don't know if a large enough city, can support. Got some stomach problems I'm dealing with.
Sure.
I don't know if a larger team, a large enough city can support that team because you look at Ottawa right now. Ottawa is the capital city, but it's a smaller capital city, right? Sure. And their owner knows that I don't have to put a good product on the ice. I'm going to sell out.
Mhm.
Right. So until it gets to the point that those people decide that they're not going to pay for that anymore, right? Out they go. And right now, I think their TV ratings, even for the Senators, are down. So that might help a little bit. Hey, Jordan, I see you. Like I said, tonight's just an impromptu night, talking a little hockey, and really what this for is the lounge. And we'll get into that a little bit. I really want the lounge to learn about the Pick'em contest, and I think what I might do is set up another camera setup and try and get just a direct to the lounge and not go through this and try and do that. But maybe do that Sunday or something like that, or Monday afternoon, early Monday morning, my time, Monday afternoon, your guys' time, and try and just get people excited, excited about the St. Louis Fan Report and get the word out about the Fan Report. I talked to Jeremy today. I don't know why this went. Jeremy's dealing with COVID.
Oh, wow.
Right?
I didn't know that, man.
Yeah, him and his wife are recovering from COVID, so that's why we haven't seen him as much, right? So, so that's kind of what's going on there. And Jeremy, we hope you're getting better, bud. And we do miss you on the Fan Report. I'm telling you, man, we miss you. The Fan Report always needs you around. The Fan Report needs to grow a little bit, but at the same time, we need to get the word out about the Fan Report. And when I say the Fan Report, it's the whole media group, right? The name of my company is Fan Report Media Group, right? That's the one I'm filing under. That's what we're working with. And then the subsidiaries are going to be St. Louis Fan Report and the BlueNote Fan Report. Sure. And I'm hoping as Jeremy gets a little better and, gets to a point that he can start a Ohio Fan Report, right? And that we can kind of do things like the St. Louis Fan Report, but in Ohio. Sure.
And, the other thing I think, you and I had talked about was growing the fan forums, just shows like this, every Tuesday night, come join us and maybe we'll have a special guest or maybe we'll just have, hockey talk. So trying to build
not just, and that's the thing for now it's hockey, but we need to move on from hockey too. We need to, look at baseball. We need to talk some baseball. We need to talk some football. We need to talk some soccer because I'm excited about the MLS coming to St. Louis in 2 years, right? They're working on that stadium now. That's going to be something. And then it looks like the XSL is going to be back. St. Louis really came out for the Battlehawks. And I really, really appreciated that they were, that this city went and said, screw you, NFL. We support teams. We support teams that want to come in here and win and do it right. What Kroenke did was, oh man, that was so, it was on the level of what Bill Bidwell did. Right. I mean, absolutely on the level of what Bill Bidwell did. Hey, you're getting a little love, my friend.
Who's that? Oh, thank you,
Richard Campbell. Richard, see, I got to apologize to Richard. Richard's written some articles for me, and I've got them. I just need to really clear my head so I can sit and read them and spruce them up a little bit and get them out for you. Trust me, bud, I've got them. I just need to take my time to work on that. And I've got one from Brock. And I've got one from Brock that I need to do. So please don't get upset with me. Just, I'm trying, my friend. And I really want to get you more into the Fan Report, Rich. And it's just, I got to deal with some issues that I got to deal with. And I'm trying my best, my friend. I really am. So I do thank you. And I know I'm going to get Richard on a show here really soon. One of our off game shows. I think I'm going to bring Richard in and let him talk and, bring Richard in because Richard's a big, big hockey fan. Right. And I've been the stuff that I've been listening from him and that he's been talking to me about, I really enjoy. I think that he can definitely bring a new level of understanding of the game to us. And that's what I'm hoping for.
Can I jump in on that?
Oh, yeah.
Because the thing I and you and I talk about this off and on is that, you're the only guy in town that brought in the St. Louis Warriors to come in and do a game. You know what I'm saying? And you're the only guy that brought in, a whole female panel to talk about the game. I know that you talked about putting together some sort of pride event, So I think the things that you're doing are very meaningful, and they're very meaningful to the fans. And I hope that we continue, but we need other fans to help us grow that. We want to have a pride night. We want to and be inclusive. Everybody's welcome in this lounge, and we've definitely shown that. You know, the stuff you've done with the Warriors is just really heartbreaking, really touching, and it means so much to those guys. To do the women's panel, to do the women's media panel. I did the story with Erica Weston, who's on Bally Sports. It's just like, you know, we're doing what we can to really bring an inclusive group. This isn't just our friends or just a couple people. This is for everybody. And that's kind of why we really want. I know Ashley was part of that female group. I love Ashley. Her support is great. So I can't say enough about that stuff, because you're not getting that in other places. You're going to Twitter and seeing people explode or erupt about the Blues or say ignorant stuff about the Blues. You're not getting some of this discussion about the fans. And that's one reason why I like being associated with you, Guy, and you're not about it, and it's like it's authentic and it's real, you know what I'm saying? So I just want to hope the fans help us grow this, because we feel like
and that's what it comes down to, right? We need to grow. You know, to be honest, the website's getting less than 30-40 hits a day. You can't sell that. You know, you need 1,000 hits a day to be selling the website. You know, I need that, and at the same time I need content, you know, and I'm not getting the content out there. I'm getting some content, not enough. You know, there's a lot of stuff that falls on my shoulders, but at the same time, like, I need to work, right? My job is I'm a independent contractor. I work for Instacart, right? So that takes 4 to 6 hours a day, and sometimes, you know, I'm so it's either, first of all, I do, and I'm just gonna be completely honest. I deal with depression, right? I deal with depression and PTSD from my time in the Navy. You and me have talked a little bit about it. And there are times when I just don't want to get out of bed. You know, I just don't want to get out of bed. I got to force myself to do things, you know. I got to force, you know, I got to put notes around, take a shower, do this, do that, because you know, my body just says, screw you sometimes. But when it comes to this is something like today. I've had really bad acid reflux today. I've been spitting up and choking up acid all day. But when it's this is my salvation. The BlueNote Fan Report, what I originally started as a full show, not a live thing, you know, and I believe it or not, I'd like to get back to some of those recorded shows. And I think during the off season, I'm going to try and do a recorded show a week and a live show a week, you know, kind of get some of that in there. You know, Ashley says, you know, I like that no one attacks each other personally for a difference of opinion in here. And you're absolutely right. And that's the other thing that I want to grow, is I want to grow the Blue Note, or the Hawaii STL Blues Fan Clan, right? The clan. I really want to grow that clan, because that clan, I know it's at 600 members now and growing. I want to keep it. I want to get it somewhere between 1,000 and 2,000, but I also want to get it. I don't want to get the problems that we've had. I only have one person blocked in the group, and I don't even know. Actually, I didn't block that person, so I got to find out why they're blocked. We don't kick people out for the most part. We don't. We talk. We make sure things happen, right? And that's what's the important part of it. And you know, Chris Shockley says, "All but soccer. I have no clue about soccer." Well, you know what, Chris? I'm when it comes to soccer, I'm a minor fan, but that's fine, because I'm going to learn with you. When we get time to watch games and talk about them, and that I want to learn, because soccer. One of my big beefs is that it seems like in sports they're formed these groups and they become exclusive. They're not open to new people, not open to beginners. And I see that a lot in different websites and different accounts on Facebook, that if you have an opinion, if you think the team's playing poorly, then all of a sudden people want to rail on you and make fun of you and call you names. And that's not what we're about, man. We're just about giving people a voice and giving people a chance to talk. And I wanted to piggyback on something you'd said real quick about depression, because I had lost my job because of COVID and really fell into a bad crash. I was in a really bad situation. Thank God, through a lot of prayers, a lot of help, and a lot of blessings, I was able to come out of it. But again, next month will be the 1-year anniversary of when I was let go from my job. So I get it, and stuff like this means a lot to me, and it means
a lot to be able to present the fans. So that's why I'm with you, man. And I want people who didn't know that about me to know that as well, that, I get it, man. It's difficult getting through life sometimes.
Oh yeah. So I actually had a full-on mental breakdown about 3 years ago, almost 4 years ago now. January of 18, I lost my job, and I lost it in a very bad way. I got called on January 2nd or January 4th and told that I would not be being kept because I worked for a contractor. The new contract came and they decided that I was the one that they were going to let go. And I know why they were letting me go. Me and the government person didn't get along. So I kind of knew it was coming, but the way it happened. And then I made a quote. I was talking to somebody, and I was talking to someone I thought, and I said, they told me to go home. I went home and he calls me, "Are you okay?" I said, "Yeah, just be glad that I don't own a gun." All right. Cause I was in that mode. Yeah, and he took that the wrong way. And then they terminated me right then and there. They terminated me. I wasn't going to get another paycheck. I had to fight to get my final paycheck. And then they said, "Oh, go home and do this stuff." I said, "Okay, I'll go home. I ain't doing that though. I'm finding me a job." Right. I'm sorry. So, but it kind of, I downhill spiraled. And in February, I got to a point it was actually Bob Morton posted a picture of this. His son saying, "Let's go Blues beat the Penguins." It was that game that I stood in front of my refrigerator, and the only thought in my mind was I'm 170 feet away, because I live on the 4th floor. I got 22 floors, 21 if you can't take 13 out, 17 floors away from walking off. That's what was in my mind that time. And it's taken me some time to get back from that. A lot of this, I got kicked out of a group because of something I did in that group. They've blown it out of proportion, but I'm not going to say the group or any of that or what I did. Neither time nor place. But that stuff that, when that comes through, it really, it's hard to deal with, and you don't realize what you're going through or what's happening, and some of this stuff just gets multiplied and multiplied and multiplied.
Sure. Here we are on the weekend. I put out a tweet today because I do struggle with some different things over the weekends, and that's when the vices always hit. That's when, the anxiety hits, and you want, so I get it, man. Everybody, but I put something out, and this one lady who I don't even know she just came back to me and said, "Are you okay?" And as I felt, "Of course I'm fine, thank you so much." But I just was like, that was really meaningful that someone, so people do care. And I'm glad that you didn't walk off that building. And I'm glad some of the things I got a whole family to live for. So thank us here. The Blues brought us here.
This
good work.
This right here was born out of that.
Yeah.
The BlueNote Fan Report was born out of that instant.
Sure.
So what happened? I was going through therapy and I lost my therapist. They do some stuff here with the government, and they swept it out. And I was supposed to get they weren't going to have me treated at the VA anymore. I had to go outside of the VA, right? Because of the loss, I didn't need to get a referral. It was I was automatically outside of AAA. I wasn't with the VA yet. I hadn't gotten through the VA yet. Now that's another story completely. But so I couldn't find a therapist, and then I was supposed to get in a group. Well, no one would contact me. And I got upset, and I went to them. I said, "Look, you tell me I can't get seen. I can't find an offline, a therapist out in town because they all say they're not taking anybody. And I need this group." Well, I finally get in this group, and I had a lot of anxiety about it. And this is the time that I come to find out about the 22 until none movement. And if you don't know what that is, I'll just real quickly, approximately 22 veterans a day commit suicide.
Yeah,
and the battle here is to make sure veterans know that they have a choice and to remove the stigma of mental illness from the military, because it's not. It's still there. Trust me, it's there. I went through it for 20 years. And in the 22 until none, people had talked about going to group, and I decided to do these little lives, group updates, where I would come on and talk about what went on in group a little bit. Wouldn't say names, but just talked about it. Well, it was comforting to me to be able to open up. So and I was just then getting used to the lives. And I said, you know what? Why don't I just go to YouTube and do a video or something like that? And then it came to my mind, do a blues video. Started out, my very first one was called the pregame rant.
Yep.
And about 6 videos in, I got software and started I called it originally A View from Afar, because I was going to write for Game Time, and that was what my column would be called, because I'm out here. Well, it didn't translate well in video. It didn't make sense.
Yeah.
But I started calling it the Hawaii Blues Fan Show, and it was that for a long period of time. But I just didn't feel like it gave enough emphasis to what the show was about. Mm-hmm. And I threw some different things around, and the BlueNote Fan Report kind of hit me. And a lot of people didn't like it, but for me, that explains what the show's been all about. Yep. Right? The BlueNote Fan Report, a report about fans of the Blue Note and the Blue Note. And you know, Rob Morton.
The thing is, as you look through like Twitter and stuff, you see all these names with cute, these cute podcast names, and it's like, well, what is your podcast about? It's like, well, yours is like the BlueNote Fan Report. You know exactly what you're getting.
Yeah. Right. Well, I mean, and then, I can always change. It can always just be the Fan Report. At some point, it might just change to the Fan Report. But you know what?
Fan Report might be taken.
Say again?
Fan Report might be taken. Fanreport.com.
Oh, fanreport.com is taken. That I know. Yeah. But if calling a show the Fan Report, I might be okay with. Yeah. But we'll have to go say. And Ashley says, I love the BlueNote Fan Report.
Good.
She says it's straight and to the point.
Yep.
And this is the thing about the BlueNote Fan Report. I got to admit. So what I first did, I forget what group it was. I think it was the first live that I ever did on a group was on the We All Bleed Blue fan group. I'm no longer in that group, but it was on that. And man, did I get fans. Nath from Australia, John Hefner, Roland. I mean, I got all these guys started coming, and then they found out about my little group, the clan, and they started coming over, and Roland and John started helping with all that. And that's kind of what built it up. Richard Campbell says, yeah, like certain podcasts take different approach than intended. I like that this has it's made crystal clear, right? Good point. Again, our primary is the Blues, but we are sports fans. So we may take this towards the Cardinals some. We may take this towards a different sport. Like I know Bob is a big NASCAR fan. I love NASCAR. I would love to talk about NASCAR a little bit more, get some people on. I don't mind talking about the different sports. I'm looking for writers. I'm looking for people. I would actually like to have 10 to 12 writers writing, so where I'm releasing 2 stories a day. Right. And that way it's constant content. Right.
And so maybe a couple, it's editors, not maybe a couple editors. I'd say a couple editors and writers.
Yeah. Yeah. Editors and writers. Cause I'm horrible at editing. I try. Yeah. But and right now the Fan Report's small, I'm not making a lot of money on it. I'm not making a lot of money, not bringing it, but you know what? It's going to get there. And I know it is. And by doing shows like this and coming on the lounge or coming in a different group and just saying, hey, this is who we are and what we talk about. If you're just now finding this, ask us questions. If you're from the lounge and you're just now finding this, ask questions. Ashley says she's not a good writer, but she read them all. And that, oh my goodness, Ashley, I'll tell you what, I get more with your comments, either negative or positive, and most of them are positive, but I understand what you're saying more than anything else. And I give my direction based on your comments, actually. And we talk about your comments all the time about how you respond to the different stuff. You and me just did a really good interview here with Ed Stanowski, right?
Yeah.
Ed is a very interesting man. If you have not seen that video, and to be honest, 99.9999999% of people have not seen that video. There's something there. That is something that is worth your hour automatically. It really is. I'm trying to bring something up here real quick while we're talking.
Oh, yeah. And then we have a companion story coming out next week, I think, right? About or a couple days about the video.
Yeah. What I'm going to do? You and me have been kind of working on this. You did a story, and I need to kind of work on it a little bit. I want to add some stuff to it. Yeah, we've talked about that, right?
Yep.
And because and I want people. My style of writing is a little more creative than a lot of people's. And sometimes by adding just a little bit, changing some things, just adding some different, similes and things like that, it enhances it. Sure. I do that here and there, but I don't do it. How long have you watched baseball? Oh my goodness. I probably watch baseball longer than I've watched hockey.
Yeah.
Right. But I have a hard time talking about baseball. Because
I'm very opinionated about baseball. Maybe my opinions aren't always great,
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. I think that there's a lot baseball's doing wrong, right? Yeah. I see my problem. I think they should take the walls and move them back 30 feet. Mm-hmm. Every ballpark, 30 feet back.
I was listening to the radio today, and they had a really interesting conversation about old school, new school. Some people I just want a guy to get on base. The other guy wants to know their exit velocity and their approach and their launch angles. And, and it just, there's too many stats. It's like the old school was, can you hit or not? Can you pitch or not? And I think that's where some of my disconnect kind of comes,
Yeah. Well, see, and that's one of the things. See, I hate when someone bags on a player and they're horrible and do this and do that. You know what? If they're good, if they're in the league, whichever league it is, they're good enough to be in the league, right? This is one of the things that I had a lot of issue with when it came to Bobby Pliger, right? A lot of said that Bobby was not a good hockey player. No, absolute wrong.
Yeah.
You have to understand Bobby, and they were talking about Bobby today on the broadcast because he wore number 6 for the Rangers. And they got issued out. The new kid got number 6 today. So it was really, they were talking about that. This guy, when it was only 6 teams, right? 6 times 6, that's 36 defensemen in the league. And he was one of them.
Yeah.
You don't become one of the 36 defensemen in the league on a team like the Rangers unless you can play.
I mean,
and that man could play.
The movie Slapshot, the Hanson brothers are based on that guy.
Right. This picture that I'm showing here is Ed Stanowski. This is him holding the famous, and this is the actual mask. The mask, and it was refurbished because it had been painted a different color and then cleaned up and repainted. And he told us all about this in the
interview. Yep.
In the interview about how the story of the mask, and it's really great. This guy spent 29 years after he played hockey for 10 years, spent 29 years in the Canadian Armed Forces. Now there's a story told, and I can't remember if he told it on camera or off camera. I think the story I'm talking about, right?
I'm gonna show people the picture because everybody's seen this picture. I'm gonna turn my camera on. Hopefully you guys can see it there. Can you see it?
Oh yeah.
Yep. That is the shot. Oh man, doesn't that look awesome? That is a classic hockey picture. That is just one of the classics. Sorry, I had to. It's on my computer, it's on my phone, but
no, that's fine.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, and so while we're talking to Ed, he tells us a story, and it was so cool. I'm trying to bring this picture up here. He took a year off after hockey. He's 30 years old. 30 years old. And he's going to OCS in Canada.
Officer Candidate School.
Right. Well, okay. So Chris says that they were based on the Carlson brothers. The Carlson brothers were also fans of the Plaguers. So the Plaguers had some to do with it. Yeah. So there was some to do with it. He's in OCS and he's standing there getting chewed out by his sergeant, who's like 5 years younger than him, 25-year-old, 24-year-old sergeant, going, Stanowski, you're the most uncoordinated piece of that I've ever seen. And he quips, he says this, he goes, in my mind, I just want to say, oh, so you'll call my last game, eh? Mm-hmm. I was like, yes, that's a hockey player, you know. But he goes, my heart wanted to say that, my mind told me not to. So, you know, it was that's the gems that I got out.
I thought he did say that. And I thought
I wasn't sure. No, he didn't say it.
But that was the exact story he told. You're right.
Yeah.
It was great.
I just couldn't remember if he told that online or not.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember if he told it during the interview or if it was after the interview. Because we did talk to him some after the interview and that we had some conversation. Then my dumb butt forgot to record the first part of it and had to redo it.
Out though. And he was gracious. He was gracious and he was, he was a good sport about it and awesome. But boy, remember that story? I know we're going to have to get going here in a little bit, but remember that story told us about coming out, hearing when the Saints go marching in. He would lead the team out and the whole crowd would oh man, just like the old barn would just go crazy, you know.
Oh yeah. No, those are my days. I see.
When he told that story, my hair went up on the back of my neck. I was like, man, I love that.
When we went to a game, my grandfather, the only time I ever seen that when I see my grandfather worked at the brewery and he wore this gray shirt and gray pants, right? All the time. When we went to a baseball game or a hockey game, he pulled out he had a bulldog bolo tie, a nice like plaid type shirt, slacks or something. It was an event. It was an event going to the ball game. It was an event going to the hockey game. I still, to this day, wear dress shoes, slacks, and a button-down shirt with my jersey, right? That, to me, that's what it's supposed to be. Now, I get the times have changed and all that, but a lot of the players that I've talked to have mentioned that. That why they like St. Louis so much was it was like, especially in the arena, or in the arena, it was like going to an event, you know, and even in the Monday Night Miracle in '86, you see that hardly anybody's wearing blue stuff.
Yeah.
You know, the ladies are in dresses or slacks or skirts and things like that. That's St. Louis.
You know, it speaks to the fact that the NHL didn't market at all the way they do now. Like that, you couldn't get a jersey. And number two, you're right about the times. And it was a Saturday night out on the town. It was, you know, hey, a party. And I mean, it was an experience, you know.
Absolute experience. And I mean, there were a couple, the first time that I ever had an emos, right? Because no one in my family liked emos. The first time I ever had an emos was when I was able to drive. I went to a hockey game and stopped at the emos. It was right in front of the arena, right? The emos that was there in front of the arena. Yeah. And that was, and I fell in love instantly, man. I was like, wow, this is great.
You know, and we should do this some night and just talk to fans about their experiences at the old, because boy, the Redbird Lanes was right there. You know, the Emo's Pizza was right there. The old overwalk, the crosswalk across the highway, you know, to Forest Park. You know, just what a great time. And, you know, just coming up on that parking lot was just like a massive parking lot, and just everybody was just beelining for that entrance. What experience, man. I mean, I like Enterprise Center. It's definitely more convenient in so many different ways. But boy, there was so much character about going up to that old place, and all the fans were into it, and even the opposing fans. There were rowdy fights outside the place. It really.
You know, for me, I lived in Northwest County, right? In Maryland Heights. So the easiest way to get there was 270 to 40, right? You couldn't, there was no direct move, right? No direct way to get there. So I had to take a little extra time to get there, but when the game was over, man, wing, bang, bing, you know, no traffic, wing, bang, boom, you're on the highway going out. Cause I had, you know, I was 18 at the time, 19. So I kind of had a curfew still.
Sure.
17, 16, 17, 18, 19, still had a curfew a little. I didn't realize how many people were going over to the bowling alley, and that's why there was no traffic. I found that out later, you know. This is
that'd be a fun show to do. Just talk to people about what are their memories of coming to the games. You know, I mean, wow.
Oh yeah.
Here we go.
Right.
It's birthday.
Yeah. Bob is talking. I used to go to the old barn every year around my birthday, February 22nd. Only game I could get to go to for the year. Just so happens most of the years were against the Habs. We lost, but I didn't care. You know, and I'm kind of the same way. See, for me, I actually got to go to Steamers games on my birthday.
Okay.
Right.
Cool. Yep.
A lot of Steamers games because my birthday is December 30th. There were a lot of Steamers games. Now the Blues play a game either on my birthday or right around my birthday, 29th or the 31st. So I'm pretty lucky there. It's either going to be my birthday or right within a day or two of it because of the way they've changed the rules with the Christmas rules and all that stuff. So,
sure. Hey, buddy, by the way, speaking of those Steamers, man, I think I might be able to get a guest. I'll talk to you offline. That might be really, really cool. That could talk about the old Steamers date. I don't want to ruin it right now.
Oh, I would love that. You know, I'll talk about that stuff anytime.
I didn't know you were
Chris says, see, I remember this too. My dad took us to the Riverboat McDonald's. Yeah, I remember that. Right. I remember that. That was a neat time. I even took a girlfriend at one time on a date on the Admiral. Or not the Admiral, the president. The president. Yep. The president used to steam down to by Jeff Barracks, did like a 3 hour and a half down to Jeff Barracks and turned around and came back.
Was that right? The Admiral used to do that too. Now the Admiral did that for a little while.
Yeah, but when I did this, the Admiral wasn't floating anymore.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, well, I mean, she was there, but she wasn't doing cruises, right? You know that's a sad story. That's a sad story. What happened to that? She ended up turning into scrap. That is, if someone ever really wanted to do something to revitalize downtown St. Louis, I would build a building that looked like the Admiral.
You know I mean, it'd have to be a stationary building because the problem is the river channel right there.
Yeah,
there's a lot of rock. I mean, it's just very difficult to navigate. And apparently the boat was getting damaged as it was going up the river and stuff. So I get it, you know. But man, I'll tell you what. And I was a kid, so I don't remember it. But my brothers and sisters, they were like all about the Admiral. It was like the place to go, you know. Yeah,
my grandfather proposed to my grandmother on the Admiral.
Oh wow, that's great.
Yeah. So for me, that's it's sad to see that go, you know. Yeah. Cause I mean, and this was probably in you know, late, because my grandfather was in World War II, so I think they were married before that. So somewhere right around there. And I remember this too. So I remember my seat some years were behind one of those damn support beams. Yeah. I remember those, man. Yeah. So hey guys, this is sorry, Brock.
Where does he park? Everybody's got their special parking spot. Where's Robert park, or where did he used to park? So if he could text us back, I want to know.
Yeah. So for me, I got lucky. A couple of the years that I went, I had tore up my knee. I got to park right there in front in the handicap parking spots.
Yeah, great.
So I was home on convalescent leave because I had ripped my knee up and they couldn't do surgery on it. So they sent me home on like 3 weeks convalescent leave.
Yeah.
And because the ship was getting underway and they didn't want me, you know, like they were going to put me in a barracks. And I said, well, wait a minute. The barracks has got 3 tiered racks that I can't climb into.
Yeah.
I can't work. I'm supposed to be on convalescent leave. There's no sleep. You know, you can't stay in the barracks. So what am I supposed to do?
Sure.
And finally they cut me orders to go home.
Yeah.
I actually got paid to go home. I got cost orders. So I got lucky, but
the weirdest place I used to park was on the other side by like the Firemen's Memorial on the other side. And man, I'll tell you what, that homeless park was crazy, man. You know, they never hurt you. There's never any problems, but it was certainly a sight to see as you're walking to the game, and couple bozos or hobos were, you know, following you to the game and stuff. But they cleaned it up, thank God. But it was crazy, man. Yeah,
no, there was a lot of. Rob says my mom's friend worked at Channel 2, so we parked in there a lot. Yeah, see, that's the other thing. Channel 2, ABC had that building right there at the corner, right? Yeah. There were times I swore you could hear the crowd on the 10 o'clock news. Right. I used to swear that you could hear that, like as the game was getting out or whatever, you could hear the crowd on the 10 o'clock news.
Yeah. We were talking about, so as I was growing up, one of my very best friends, his mom did some work with Chuck Knight at Emerson Electric. So every once in a while we would get tickets. So he got us tickets literally on the front row by the ice. And it was the year that Wayne Gretzky played for the Kings. And man, watching him on the ice was just such a spectacular thing to see. It was one of my greatest hockey memories to watch how he just ran that show out there, and then of course the Blues end up getting him and all that. But boy, I'll tell you what, just so many great memories of the going down to the old games, so many, great times.
Oh yeah. I'm with you, man. I'm absolutely with you. I remember all those. I'm trying to catch some,
like you didn't get good tickets unless you knew somebody. Otherwise you sat in the 400 section.
Yeah. So I got kind of lucky. I came back from the Gulf War, but I didn't come back right away. I came back in September, October. Mm-hmm. So I came back during the first 4 games of the season. This was the 25th anniversary season. Our 25th, the NHL 75th. And I went and before the season started, I went to Famous and Bar at Northwest Plaza. Mm-hmm. And because that's where you had to get tickets back then, right? Mm-hmm. And I went down and I sat with the lady and I got 2 tickets for me and my sister for the first game. And we got right above, like we were right behind the Blues bench, but in that second level, right? But right on the rail, on the rail. So, I mean, really, really good seats. Yeah. The next game I got a ticket right over in the corner, like row 117, like 3 rows up, really great. The next game, the third game of the season, which was the first time the Sharks ever played in St. Louis, I sat next to the visitors' penalty box, front row. That's front row. And then for the 4th game, which was the Blackhawks, and this is the last one before I had to go back, me and my sister sat in that second, behind the Blues goal in that second, and the Blues ended up tying up the game late and got a tie out of it. So so there's that. I have memories of things like that. That season, that 25th anniversary season, was I have the book Blues Fire somewhere. If you've never read that book, if you ever want to understand what a tumultuous Blues season is as a good season at the same time, read that book. Right? The author that wrote it was one, and I can't remember his name. I have to look it up, but he was one of the guys that was like he traveled with them the whole time, the whole year, and it really delved into it. And when it came to oats, he got into oats so good, because this is when oats demanded the trade and all of that stuff. So it was very, very well done, right? Very, very well done, and it really got into it. And it talks about how, and this is when Brian's still bitter about this. He found out he got fired on the news. His daughter heard it on the news. Right. It got leaked before he knew it, before it got to him. And he's still, I think he's still slightly bitter about that. Though he did show up for Bob. Well, he didn't show up, but he did a video for Bobby's funeral.
Hey guys, real quick. I know we only got about a minute left because we're getting close to an hour here. You want to talk about the game tomorrow? It's an afternoon game, and kind of
We'll talk about that real quick. So tomorrow's game is at 2:00 St. Louis time. It'll be a 1:00 pregame show with me, Brock, and I think Lance DeScott. We'll have a 1-hour pregame show. Get your picks in, and you know what? For all my friends and buddies, if you're in the lounge, start talking this up. Go to the video. Tell them, like it, put comments about, hey guys, check out the show, check out the contest. Let's get these 41,000 people in the lounge involved in Blues hockey. And that's what I really want to do.
If you want, I can be more hateable. I'll try to be more hateable. Get people.
You're just perfect, man. You're just perfect.
Well,
awesome. Hey Brock, thanks for popping on with me. Cool. It's really a lot of fun. I appreciated this. And like I said, I just wanted to get on, talk to the lounge. And I don't know how many got shared or how many are going to watch it, but to give them an idea and tell them to go check out stlfanreport.com. Sure. That's where the pick'em contest is. There's still a lot of great prizes, a lot of door prizes that we're giving away. I'm giving away 3 signed unknown mystery pucks.
Awesome.
And these are door prizes now. One is a St. Patrick's Day and tour barking with the Blues, giving away some of those clear plastic bags, giving away some rally towels, different rally towels. And what else am I getting? A poster. I'm giving away a poster from the Winter Classic.
Yep.
Right. And then there might be some other stuff. I got some pictures here. I'm going to try and give as much away as I can. And then hopefully we can do another contest for the playoffs and see what would happen there. See if I can get someone else to sponsor the playoffs.
Tell you what, before we sign out, though, we got to say this is a key game for the Blues. They can't afford to lose it. All this talk about game in hand and all this, they're going to kind of put up or shut up. And again, Colorado, they've clinched. Are they coming out? Are they going to be rolling out? Or are they going to be given the entire effort? I don't know. Hopefully the Blues can pick up these games. So, we talk about the show.
I think Colorado's going to put up effort because their first place is still on the line.
Yeah.
And really right now, nobody wants fourth place. Mm-hmm. So if you get first place, you're playing a fourth place team that nobody wants. Second place, you're playing the Wild, and the Wild are pretty decent, are a much better team than a lot of people give them credit for.
Yep.
Kirill Kaprizov and Kaipo Kakkonen have really elevated that team.
Fellow, Ryan Suter, they got all, Nick Borgstad, Bugstad, they got a good team right there. They really
Suter, his dad was the Suter that played for the 80 Olympics, and actually he was the first player that had passed.
Oh, okay.
Right, he was the first player to pass. Be happy to get it in. John Hefner hit me up for a second. Blues have done well against the Wild, and that's the thing that we got to take in, because we still got a bunch of games against the Wild, and if we can turn that around, and that's our last 2 games or 3 games are against the Wild now, because they've flip-flopped the schedule around. We're, instead of playing the Avalanche at the end of the season like we were supposed to, they moved the Wild game to the end of the season and put the Avalanche game where the Wild game was supposed to be. So Monday, so we play them on Saturday and on Monday in St. Louis, and that'll be the end of that. And then you've got the Ducks games and the Kings game, the Ducks game. We've got 12 games left.
Yeah.
And we really need to win these 12 games. Well, as many, we need to get points.
Yeah.
Points. And that's what it's going to come down to, getting points. And in the pick'em contest, getting points. Really, that pick'em contest, everybody's got a chance, right? If you enter one time, you've got a chance for a door prize. You get 5 points, you get a second chance, 10 points, a third chance, and so on and so forth. I've given away some prizes already. So let's get in there. And actually, I'm going to say this. It's going to come down to this. We need one win. There's only one win we need.
Yep.
And that's one right now. No, it's plain and simple. It's one win more than the Phoenix. Those 3 games in hand we have, if we win one of them and play even with them the rest of the way, we're good to go.
I know, but again, ifs and buts.
Oh, I know. It's a big if. That's just big. Hey, Richard Campbell, to get in the Pick'em contest, go to stlfanreport.com and look up in the top bar. You'll see contest. Go to scan down, and then you'll see the Hawaii Blues fan contest, Pick'em contest. Click there. You need to sign in with a Google account. Now, if you don't have one, you can make one, but we have to do that. We have to do that.
Yep.
Right. Ashley says cool prizes, and posters and mystery bags. Yep. Mystery pucks and bags. I thought I did a pretty good job with Forrest Crump Enterprises money. They gave me $500 and I spent a little bit more than that. So some of that's come out of my pocket, but I spent their $500 on you guys, and that's why I think I did pretty good. Yes,
Real
sir.
Quick, before I sign off, a little story that I'm kind of just keeping an eye on. I might be reporting on it. Have you noticed about Coach Q down in Florida?
Have I heard what?
About Coach Quenneville down in Florida.
No. What about Coach Q in Florida?
They're one of the hottest teams in that division.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I mean. So I had a chance to talk to a writer who covers the Panthers, and I'm kind of going through, trying to develop a little bit of a story, but for the fan report. But tell you what, old Coach Keys having great success. He came in and he got the entire locker room to buy in, and it was just a great story. Really commanded respect as soon as he walked in. So I'm real happy for Coach too. And just we have so many fans here. I want to just maybe make sure people keep an eye on that Florida team.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if the Blues are out, that's who I'm rooting for, Florida. Yeah. So, hey, Richard, he says, okay, thanks. Will jerseys be available? I've given away jerseys before, but right now we don't have any jerseys. If you go to the contest, you'll see a majority of the prizes that we're giving away, and they're mainly Blues prizes. But, we'll as the contest grows and we get more people, and hey, Richard, go ahead and do that. I'd like that. Go do a Jack Adams one. And then do a Pack Adams, the worst 5 coaches in the league. I know someone who should be on that list, right? Okay, guys, this is Guy and Brock. We are absolutely bleeding blue with you. Thanks for spending an hour with us on the BlueNote Fan Report. Check us out tomorrow at 1 o'clock Central Standard Time, right here, same bat channel, same bat station, right? I forget how that goes. You can find me on Facebook in my page, Guy Bensing. We try and share it in the groups. I'm kind of got trouble sharing in groups. I try and get it shared in the groups. Find me on YouTube, the BlueNote Fan Report, or on Twitter, Hawaii STL Blues Fan. And then I've got 2 other Twitters that I connect to. So, hey, I can't wait to see you guys tomorrow morning. For me, that game's at 9 o'clock, so I got to be on the show at 8 o'clock. I'm going to be early. I'm going to have a cup of coffee with me. So, Brock, thank you so much. This is Guy saying aloha, mahalo, and you got to know that I'm bleeding blue with you. And check out STL Fan Report and our sponsors, Forrest Crump Enterprises, Mike Zook Enterprises. And if you need jerseys or anything in St. Louis, talk to Mike Zook. His website's down, but his number's up. I'll make sure I'll show his number later on tomorrow's show. And then check out War Stories Coffee on Facebook. You want coffee? If you're a coffee drinker and you support veterans, buy this coffee for War Stories. The part of the money goes to the veteran selling it, and I get a stipend. I'm a vet too. So hey, aloha, mahalo. I'm bleeding blue with you, and can't wait to see you on the next BlueNote Fan Report. Aloha.